Based on their scans, Burnham indicates that the sphere is 565 kilometers in diameter with a mass of 6.39 by 10 to the 20th power kilograms and melds organic and non-living matter. Whatever it is, it has Discovery locked in place, and Pike orders Burnham to find a way to communicate with it or disable it. Pike asks in French why Burnham is speaking in Klingon.
Yeah, I really love this part, though. Everybody's basically speaking a different language.
Yeah. No, this was like a fun little bit in here they did with the, just every sentence out of somebody's mouth came out in a different language.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was actually probably my favorite scene in the whole thing. You know, except for when Janet Reno's on deck, when Jet Reno's on deck, but we'll get to that.
We're headed there. We'll get there.
But yeah, this is like one of my favorite scenes in this episode.
Returning to the bridge, Pike enters a scene of utter pandemonium, with the crew apparently speaking a variety of different Earth languages, including Norwegian, German, and Italian, and some non-human languages such as Andorian, Klingon, and then Burnham calls Saru to the bridge, because Saru, as they have said before, speaks 90-some-odd languages.
Yeah, he speaks like 94.
Yeah. So they call Saru to the bridge. As he enters, Pike welcomes him in Hebrew. And welcome to the Tower of Babel, he says. And Burnham, in Mandarin Chinese, remarks that Saru knows more languages than anyone on the ship.
I guess it's fitting that Pike would mention the Tower of Babel while talking in Hebrew.
Yeah. As the one guy who apparently still goes to church in the future. So Saru replies in the same tongue that he's fluent in 94 languages. Burnham then explains, now in Spanish. Yeah, you're right. It was, they bounce around so much. It was kind of goofy fun here. That the ship's universal translator has been infected with a computer virus, translating everything into different languages. Working through the various language barriers, Saru brings up the backup bridge translator, which will allow everyone who speaks English to be understood. Burnham believes that she can purge the virus from the translator's main interface, and though clearly unwell, Saru offers to help, remarking that Burnham would need a translator just to operate the turbo lift, which is kind of funny as well when you consider that.
Oh, yeah, because Detmer at one point realizes her console is also in a different language, so yeah. I would imagine consoles being in a different language might be happening all over the ship, so that makes sense, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut back over to the engineering lab. Tilly reports their section is unaffected by the virus and that she will report if anything changes. Pike tells Stamets that if they can't get away on conventional drives, they'll need to use the Spore drive. Stamets acknowledges and orders Tilly to bring the drive online. Just then, Chris's hero, Commander Jet Reno, who had been rescued from the crashed U.S.S. Hiawatha, enters the room humming to herself, reporting that the universal translator for that section was no moss. As she works, Reno debates with Stamets on this reliability of standard antimatter and dilithium propulsion compared to the Spore drive, mocking Stamets for thinking he can run a ship on mushrooms that I pick off of my pizza. Stamets retorts with the comparative cleanliness and renewability of the Spore drive compared to conventional warp drive, and the ecological ruin of dilithium mining and the battles fought to corner its supply, and how pollution nearly destroyed the Earth 2 centuries ago. You know, before everything from toasters to whatever has solar cells put on them. That was to fight fossil fuels, according to Stamets.
Yeah, but there's also a little throwaway line that she says in here, basically like, "Oh, you're just giving me all this crap because you couldn't think of a retort to me mocking you."
Yeah. I like those two characters together, Reno and Stamets. And then Reno says that she could fix an analogy with duct tape, which was a great line.
Yeah, actually, just as an aside real quick, I had never seen her stand up before, Tig Notaro. So I watched a little bit of it the other day. It's basically she's Tig Notaro in this show. Like basically herself.
I haven't seen a whole lot of what she's done, just a little like clips here and there. But that was the impression I had, was it almost to the point where you get a feeling she ad-libs her lines.
It could be.
Yeah, because like you can see that somebody probably wrote that whatever the intention is in, and then she just comes in and says it how she would say it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just playing herself in this show.
Yeah. At the computer mainframe, Burnham and Saru, now conversing in Russian, have isolated the communication system and managed to restore the universal translation system on all decks.